Hello parents, family members, Board of Education members, special guests, fellow senior students. Welcome to the Innovation Central High School and Grand Rapids Montessori High School graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. My name is Julio Morente, Senior Class President. I am proud to represent our class as host of our virtual graduation. At this time, I would like to direct your attention to the presentation of colors by the JRTC cadets and the singing of the national anthem by one of the Academy of Business, Leadership, and Entrepreneurship Student of the Year, Class of 2020 Senior, and Honor Student, Gabriela Gonzalez.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We would like to begin by thanking the Grand Rapids Public School Board of Education members, Ms. Christian Grant, Board President, Ms. Jen Schottke, Board Vice President, Ms. Catherine Downs Lewis, Board Secretary, Ms. Kimberly Williams, Board Treasurer, Dr. Tony Baker, Board Member, Ms. Kimberly Davis, Board Member, Dr. Jose Flores, Board Member, Reverend John Matias, Board Member, and Mr. Raynard Ross, Board Member. At this time, Dr. Ronald Gorman, Interim Superintendent, will provide remarks to the class of 2020. He will be followed by Mr. Rodney Lewis, Executive Director of High Schools and Alternative Education. Following Mr. Lewis, Ms. Carrie Reed, Principal of Grand Rapids Montessori, and Mr. Mark Frost, Principal of Innovation Central High School, will address the graduates.
Before I begin, I would like to thank the individuals who played a role in putting together this event. GRPS teachers, principals, and support staff, you have truly gone above and beyond. Your hard work has not gone unnoticed. Seniors, approximately 1 year ago today, as we watched the class of 2019 walk across the stage, we could have never imagined that we would be honoring the class of 2020 in a way that was so distinctly different from anything we have ever done in the history of our school district. Instead of planning for and attending a prom, a senior field day, a recognition night, a senior breakfast, a graduation rehearsal, and a traditional graduation ceremony, you received notification on March 12, 2020, that you would not be returning to school until after spring break. And then a few weeks after that, you learned that you would not be returning to your traditional brick and mortar high school. You finished your senior year without closure. You didn't get a chance to say goodbye to your teacher, your principals, or your friends. And come to think of it, you didn't even get the chance on your last official day of school to clean out your locker. And although your class practically grew up using the internet, probably a little too much at times, in your wildest dreams, I'm sure you never thought that your final assignments would be completed online. Today, we all wanted to be in a large auditorium recognizing you for 13 years of hard work. We wanted to shake your hands as you walked across the stage, and we wanted to take pictures with you and your family members. All of that has been taken from you for now. Unfortunately, instead of picking up your cap and gown in the traditional format, your principal and your teachers gave you a time and a location, social distance, wore masks and gloves, and placed your diploma cover and cap and gown into your vehicle. Instead of walking across the stage, you were asked to submit to your principal a picture electronically so we could recognize you today. This is not fair. One day when things get better, and they will get better, we will give you the closure that you so rightfully deserve. Since we do not have a crystal ball, we do not know when that day will be. But your principal and your teachers are committed to giving you a proper in-person send-off as soon as they possibly can. You have my word. Family members and friends, I know you are huddled around the computer this evening, and I know you are celebrating not only your student, but the entire class of 2020. This is a class that will be remembered for its strength, its resilience, and its ability to overcome challenges. It is a class that will never be forgotten. Congratulations, class of 2020. It has been an honor to serve you.
Good evening. Welcome to today's ceremony as we honor the class of 2020. I want to acknowledge our students' families and friends for their unwavering support of the Grand Rapids Public Schools. In addition, I want to thank the Board of Education for their collective guidance and support. Dr. Gorman, Interim Superintendent of Schools, thank you for your leadership throughout the school year and specifically during the challenging period that we faced over the last several months. Lastly, I want to thank the teachers, support staff, and administrators for working tirelessly to support teaching and learning in the classroom, as well as building quality relationships. Class of 2020, you have made it to the end of your 48-month journey. Congratulations. Many of you have experienced multiple obstacles along the journey. But the obstacles that you encountered during the conclusion of your senior year has been different than any other graduating class before you. Each of you adapted and displayed your ability to change in an instant. You have shown the signs of highly effective leadership. These abilities to change and adapt to the circumstances will prove valuable as you move through your next phase of your life. As the Executive Director of High School and Alternative Education, I honor you for your dedication and hard work throughout your journey. Whatever your dreams, ambitions, goals, approach them with 150% effort. Going above and beyond the call of duty, you will realize greatness. Again, thank you and congratulations, class of 2020.
Good evening. I would like to begin by thanking Interim Superintendent Dr. Gorman, our board members, cabinet members, friends, family, and staff members for supporting our seniors throughout the years in the Grand Rapids Public Schools. These graduates are here today because of the encouragement and compassion that you all have shown them throughout their academic journey. Thank you. I also want to thank our graduates. Your hard work has paid off, and now is the time to celebrate all that you have accomplished. The story of the class of 2020 will be one that nobody will be able to forget. You conquered difficult classes, tests, projects, and seminars. You made it through difficult days, weeks, and maybe even years. You stayed focused, worked hard, and you persevered. Finally, you have endured a challenge that none of us have ever gone through before, an international pandemic that has changed our world. It is now your challenge to observe this new world and work to make that change a positive one for us all. As you celebrate this day, remember all of the people who have stood by your side during this journey. Your parents, family members, friends, teachers, and classmates that have been there with you through the highs and the lows. Cherish the memories you have created along the way. At this time, I want to thank each of my Grand Rapids Montessori seniors for all that you have taught me during the last few years. I'm honored to know each of you and to be a part of the class of 2020 family. Grand Rapids Montessori will not be the same without each of you, and each of you has left a mark at our school. Today is a new beginning. The future holds many challenges for each of you, but I know that you can overcome every challenge life throws at you. I encourage you to take the time to set goals, make plans, and dream big. Most importantly, believe in yourself and do what you love. Soon the class of 2020 will receive diplomas to signify your graduation from high school. The diplomas you receive represent years of hard work, dedication, and commitment. As you go out into the world to navigate this new normal, my advice to each of you is to follow your dreams, set your sights high, and know that with hard work and determination, you can do anything you set your mind to. Congratulations, Grand Rapids Montessori and Innovation Central Class of 2020.
Superintendent Gorman, Board of Education members, parents, guardians, family members, friends, and special guests. My name is Mark Frost, and I am the principal at Innovation Central High School. Seniors of the Class of 2020, graduation day is all about you, but I'll get to you in a second. I would like to start off by first talking to your parents and guardians. Parents and guardians, yes, this is your child's graduation day, but this day belongs to you as much as it belongs to them. You have supported, encouraged, and clapped for your children all the way throughout their lives, from when they learned to walk and talk, and when they went off to their first day of kindergarten, and when they played sports and took parts in many things and events. Whatever they have done over the years on their way to graduation day, you have been there. And I've tried to do the same with my own daughter throughout her life. My parents did the same thing for me from the time I was born by supporting me, encouraging me, and clapping for me. If not for this type of direct support from my own parents throughout my years in high school and beyond, I definitely would not be here today talking to you. And I don't know what I would have ended up doing, and they are still pushing and supporting me, and I'm better for it. So parents and guardians, you have to know that you are still going to be critically important in your child's lives for who they will become. And I want to encourage all of you to continue to support and clap for your children after today. Whatever they are going to do, whether they go off to college in another city, or taking college classes and living at home, or whether they are jumping right into the workforce after graduation. They all will need your continued support and consistent support to propel them to becoming the type of professional that you want them to become and that we have pushed them to become here at Innovation Central. I also want to thank you for putting up with my robocalls without complaining to the district. And lastly, I want to thank all of you for coming to our family night events over the last 4 years. I really have appreciated your support, and it is one of the many things that makes our school unique. We all wanted the same thing, and that was to give your kids the best education possible, and we have tried to do just that. Thank you, parents and guardians, for everything, and keep that support for your children going, even as they head off into the real world. Now, seniors in the class of 2020, I would like to turn our attention to our 2 retiring staff members. The first is Mrs. Louise Wilson. Mrs. Wilson is finishing her 42nd year in education. Her first 23 years of teaching were done at the college level, but her last 19 years have been right here in GRPS. She has taught all of the math classes that the district offers and has taught at City High and Ottawa Hills before settling in at Central High School 14 years ago. And she has been a part of Innovation Central High School staff all 7 years. Mrs. Wilson has been a huge advocate and support for you seniors with your E2020 classes and financial aid forms, and many of you owe her a deep debt of gratitude. Our next retiree is Mrs. Patricia Nozell. Mrs. Nozell has been a special education teacher for 42 years, with all of them being right here in GRPS. She has taught at Burton Middle School and Creston High School and came to Innovation Central 7 years ago when our school began. Mrs. Nozell has attended countless sporting events and has routinely posted the photos that she has taken at these events on her bulletin board outside her classroom on the 2nd floor. Mrs. Nozell has helped push a huge number of students through to graduation, including several of you seniors. I want everyone to know that even though these 2 teachers knew that they were retiring this year, they have not slowed down one bit. They have continued to be a very big part of our staff here all the way through the online instruction and the last staff meetings of the year, and they will be sorely missed. And I would not want to have to take their places. I want to sincerely thank the 2 of you for all your years and hard work for our students, including this year's graduates. And I wish you both the best in your retirements. Mrs. Nozell and Mrs. Wilson, everybody. As for the Innovation Central staff members who are not retiring, it would truly be extremely difficult to assemble a greater staff than what we have in our school. From teachers to the counselors and advisors, to security officers, to secretaries, to other support staff, we have some of the very best in education right here at Innovation Central. I would not trade you as a group for any other staff anywhere. The ownership that many of you have taken on over the academies, the curriculum areas, the scholarships and jobs, the after-school programs, and more has been unbelievable. And this is the real reason why Innovation Central High School functions so well year after year. People just don't understand the amount of cooperation and organization of a tremendous number of details that running this school requires. And we have that here at ICHS. And I want to say that the administrative team of Ms. Letitia Whitehead, Ms. Natasha Cottage, and Mr. Gideon Sanders is incredibly important to making it all happen here at Innovation Central. To all the Innovation Central staff members, I sincerely say that I am extremely fortunate to work with you in making this school what it has been these last 7 years. Class of 2020, finally it's your turn. First of all, I cannot tell you how glad I am that you matured since 9th grade. I could not have taken 3 more years of the same. Do you actually remember how some of you acted as freshmen? I do, and you know who you are, but you did mature. And all of you took part in the special things that our school has to offer. And I hope all of you know and realize that what you did here was unique. As I go through this list, I want you to think to yourselves, what other high schools do these things? The field trips that you took to competitions, Spectrum Healthcare facilities, to design events and workplaces, construction sites, job shadows, conferences, board meetings, fabrication sites, to colleges and universities, and many more. We take over 100 field trips a year from our school. The job shadows, in school and out of school, that you participated in so you could see and hear about real workplaces and opportunities. The mentor program, where you met monthly with a professional in your academy area to hear about real work in the real world. Over 100 community professionals came in each month to meet with you as juniors and seniors. Our academies, based on business, health sciences, engineering, and design and construction that have pointed you towards being a professional and starting a career, whether you go to college to head off whether you go to college or head off into the workforce after high school. Our monthly academy meetings, where guest speakers were brought in to let you know the opportunities that were out there for you. You might have disregarded these as a 9th grader, but I know most of you really started to pay attention to them in 11th and 12th grade when you knew that you were going to have to do something with your life after high school. The assemblies that we had of Hispanic Heritage Month, Black History Month, Women's History Month, Veterans Day Assembly with Colonel Forney, the Poetry Slam, the Prom Assemblies, and the Student Assemblies in the gym. The unbelievable number of community partnerships as Spectrum Health, Plant Moran, Steelcase, Tower Pinkster, Fishbeck, Triangle Associates, Meyer, Van Andel Institute, and more. And all the colleges and universities like Ferris State, Kendall College, Grand Valley, Davenport, MSU, U of M, and more. The family night events like Family Game Night, Family Karaoke Night, Family FAFSA Night, and others, but especially the Family Honor Roll Nights, which are one of the hallmarks in Innovation Central, where we had hundreds of people turn out 3 times a year to celebrate academic achievement and improvement. And the Pack Club celebrations, honor roll shirts, and Dean's List shirts that many of you received 3 times a year for almost 4 years. Before I listed these things, I asked you to think, what other school does these things for students? And the answer is, lots of schools might do 1 or 2 of them. And some schools might do a few of them. But nobody does most or all of them except Innovation Central High School. We are a cutting-edge school, and we do it in a historic building. Some of you look at our building as old, and it is. Our school is the oldest school in Michigan and probably the oldest school in the Midwest. Central High School started in 1860, even before GRPS began, and it was originally located on the hill in 2 different sites closer to downtown. In 1909, our school was built, and it was a state-of-the-art building for its time, and it has held up well. And I want you to look back on your high school years with a fondness for our building. And I want to tell you some things that you might not know about our building. The outside design of Gothic architecture was the first of its kind and was the prototype for all other schools that were built in similar design. You might not have noticed, but maybe you did, that high above the main entrance, almost at the top of the school, there are 10 mounted gargoyle heads. And on the top of every corner of the school, there are winged gargoyles that are perched and look out over the property. School districts are not putting gargoyles on schools anymore, but we have them. And these gargoyles give our school some very interesting character. But more character is included on the inside. The stairs in the main entrance, inside the front of the school, now have rounded and scalloped steps. But they were not made that way. Decades of thousands of students walking up and down them, hour after hour, day after day, and year after year have gradually worn them down. First, it was a feat of students born in the 1800s. Now, it has been your feet that have continued to round the edges of the stairs, and it will continue next year and in the coming years as Innovation Central continues. The Abe Lincoln statue on the first floor was donated by the class of 1922, making it almost 100 years old. The auditorium is original to the building and is still a beautiful place to hold our assemblies. And in 1912, former President Teddy Roosevelt, sitting President William Taft, and future President Woodrow Wilson all came separately to give campaign speeches on that stage. Booker T. Washington spoke on our stage. And former First Lady Betty Ford and astronaut Roger B. Chaffee graduated from Central High School and stood on that stage. Mrs. Wilson's room was different than all the other classrooms in the school and in the district. Her room used to be where Board of Education meetings were held. It has a stage to the left when you entered her room, and it has a fireplace. Yes, a fireplace. They certainly don't make them like that anymore. The Design and Construction Wood Shop was a gym for over 100 years and was called the Boys Gym. And that gym was converted into the ADC Wood Shop just 7 years ago when Innovation Central began. What we now call the small gym used to be called the Girls Gym and was built in 1912 when people realized that girls should have phys ed classes too. But they only gave the girls a gym that was 1/3 the size of the boys' gym. They don't do things like that anymore, and for good reason. The big gym was an addition that was built in 1980, and I've chosen to keep the old Central High School banners hanging in that gym and have chosen to keep the old trophies in the trophy cases because of the 100+ years of history and the people that they represent. Other things, like the terrazzo floors in the hallways, the wooden side stairs, the wooden classroom doors, the high ceilings in the halls, the ram's head in the trophy case outside the auditorium. Innovation Central High School is a combination of old and new, cutting-edge technology and state-of-the-art programs in a historic building. I could keep going, but I've gone on long enough. I just hope all of you realize what a great place Innovation Central was for you. It was a great place to go to school and a great place to work. Great historic building, great school staff, great academies, great memories for you and for our staff and for me. I want to thank Superintendent Gorman for advocating 8 years ago that I come here to the School of Health Sciences that turned into Innovation Central the following year. It has been an opportunity of a lifetime for me, and I'm very grateful that I've been here these last several years. And seniors, I hope you feel the same way, that you are grateful and glad that you were here to go to high school at Innovation Central. I think you can tell that I love our school and our building, and I hope you do too. But seniors, I love you too. Some of you shook my hand right from the very start of your freshman year and continued to shake my hand almost every day each of these last 4 years. Others of you thought it was weird that a principal would be standing outside shaking hands every morning, and you sidestepped me or made sure that you were on the other side of someone when you walked past me. Don't think I didn't notice, but that was okay, because some of you started shaking my hand in 11th grade or just started this year. The graduation handshake with each of you is one of the things that I really miss about this year's graduation. Seniors, I also love that you made sure that Innovation Central won the senior trophy once again for the 6th time in 7 years. The game this year was to see which school You'd get the highest percentage of seniors to get online for their education, but we did not know that from the start. So it was a real test to see which school's senior class would do the right thing and get online to finish off your year in your high school career. And with the help of Montessori High School, we had the highest percentage in the district. It truly was a team effort with virtually every single senior playing a part. So thank you very much for making sure that the senior trophy stays right where it should, on top of the trophy case, just outside the auditorium doors. I also want to take this time to say congratulations to the students from Southeast Career Pathways and from the Learning Center who are graduating with us today. And I want to give a big shout out to Principal Troy Wilbon of Southeast Career Pathways and to Principal Rodney Brown of the Learning Center and to all of their staff members for helping push their students through to graduation. Some of you In closing, seniors, I want to acknowledge that this school year did not end like you wanted it to end. And that goes for everyone, your families, the school teachers and staff, and you. My daughter Ava is also a senior this year, and I see and share her disappointment. The same disappointment you feel in not being able to do the things that all the other senior classes ahead of you were able to do in previous years. But this abrupt ending to our school year does not define your high school experience. As you move forward with your lives, I really do hope that each one of you aspires to become a professional of some sort, whether it is in your academy area or not, whether you go to college or go right into the workforce. You have been taught a great deal of skills and have been given a tremendous amount of experiences that will surely benefit you in the future. I think it will hit you later in life just how unique this school is and just how great your high school experience was for you when you find out that other people in other high schools did not do nearly the same as you did here. And all of these things are intended to help propel you into becoming somebody after graduation. It really is what everyone expects of you, and I hope you expect it of yourself. Seniors, my only piece of advice for you is to find something that you like to do for a career. Working will seem less like a job and will seem more like a calling for you. And you will get a real sense of satisfaction that will push you through your career. This is how it has gone for me in my years with GRPS, and I hope it goes the same way for you. Class of 2020, you came into Innovation Central to an auditorium full of applause from students and staff, and you leave high school with the applause from your family in the comfort of your homes. I can honestly say it has been my pleasure to get to know you through your high school career. Seniors, I wish you all the best of luck in your futures. Thank you.
I now have the pleasure to introduce the Innovation Central High School salutatorian Damaris Vail Mencho and the Innovation Central High School valedictorian Daniela Centeno. They will present their remarks to you.
Hello, my name is Damaris Vail, and it is my pleasure to welcome you, friends, families, Board of Education, and faculty to our graduation day. Most importantly, I would like to say to the class of 2020, congratulations. We did it. 2020 has to be the most unexpected year. We are living in such a historic moment in which we will look back and say that we made it. I like to say that this happened to the strongest group of students of all time. Although it might not be the closing celebration we were all expecting, I am thankful that I can spend it with family. Graduates, we come together today to celebrate 4 years of hard work. We are close to ending Chapter 12, and we are anxious and eager to unfold many more chapters of our lives. We are the next generation. We are the future that will change systems and bring hope to our community. I would like to thank everyone who has taken the precautions to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The virus is temporary, but our education and lifetime learning will continue as we grow into the young adults. Even when we grow our separate ways, we will still be bonded together by this. There was no perfect way to prepare for this pandemic. We all had to adapt to a new environment. We transitioned from our old and crowded building to mastering online learning from our homes. Thank you, teachers, as well, who also had to adjust to a different way of teaching. This school year has taught us many things that classwork won't teach us. We can make plans for the future, but sometimes life takes us in a different direction. We can't prepare for the unexpected. We can only give our best to come out stronger than we started. We have learned to appreciate the importance of education and the small things in life, like spending time with our families and loved ones. As we are faced with uncertainty, class of 2020, I know one thing is for certain. You are the strongest class. You all have made it to this day. Many of us face silent struggles and setbacks. Everyone has a unique story, and I will not sugarcoat anything. I know many of you have overcame anxiety, depression, oppression, immigration, family issues, the loss of a loved one, and more. Some spend nights in hospitals, jails, shelters, etc. And I wanted to highlight the students who once considered cutting chapters of their story short, but instead are here today to celebrate this huge accomplishment. I am extremely proud of all of you. I hope that you all find your passion and do what makes you happy. One of the Bible verses that motivates me to keep pushing forward during hard times says, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." I know that each and every single one of you have the potential to follow through and make your dreams come true. Y para todos los padres inmigrantes, de lo más profundo de mi corazón les doy las gracias. Ustedes sacrificaron mucho para darnos un futuro mejor. Llegaron aquí con nada y nos dieron todo. Yo soy orgullosa de ser parte de una comunidad fuerte, trabajadora y humilde. Estoy orgullosa de mis raíces porque ustedes me enseñaron a no rendirme. Ustedes me enseñaron cómo soñar grande y me inspiran con sus sacrificios para llegar lejos. Sí se puede. I will remember the great times we spent navigating high school together. From finding the right academy to finding the right friends, from going to Michigan Adventures to the Jamba Zoo to a tree runner course, and raising money by car washes and taping teachers to a wall, from throwing prom night and winning the senior trophy for many years, including this year, I can honestly say that I had fun. Most of all, I am going to miss my trio Upward Bound family. Upward Bound taught me that I am college bound, and I would like to thank two individuals who were my academic advisors and mentors. Mr. Branson and Ms. Chappelle, thank you for your time and energy into the program. The two of you helped me grow into the person I am today. Thank you for your investment in my success. I would also like to shout out teachers who made my high school experience more enjoyable. People like Ms. Wilson, Ms. McCready, Mrs. Anderson, Mrs. Cottage, Mr. Jellins, Ms. Gim, Ms. Cool, Mr. Simonson, although he left, and more. I can't name you all, but most of you staff were amazing. Thank you, teachers who played a huge role in our growth. You have watched us mature and have given us advice that will be useful for our future. From this whole situation that we're living in today, I have learned that it takes one person to start something new, and it takes a community to make a movement. Class of 2020, you have become my community. On September 6, 2016, most of us came into the school as strangers. We made amazing memories and amazing friendships. And now, 4 years later, we will be entering the real world. As we head out to our own paths, always remember that you are the strongest class. Class, anything that will come your way, you will be able to overcome because you are class of 2020. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Daniela Centeno. As valedictorian of your graduating class, it is with great honor to be standing here today, sharing a few words with all of my classmates and everyone who is watching. First of all, congratulations to the class of 2020. On behalf of our class, I would like to thank all of the parents, guardians, friends, family, teachers, and everyone else that supported each and every single one of us along this journey. I would also like to thank the teachers and staff who have supported my learning so that I could be standing here in front of you all. Most importantly, I would like to thank my family for their never-ending love and support. You've inculcated me with the belief that the harder I work, the more rewarding it will be, and I have found that to be true. Class of 2020, these last 4 years, we were able to get to know each other, and we've created so many memories that we'll hold on to forever. All of those assemblies in the gym, all of the dances we've had, and all of the events that we put together in the auditorium will be reminders of what our high school experience was like. Many of you guys entered high school together and are walking out together as well, but we've all had the chance to meet new people and make new friends. During senior year, I had an amazing group of friends that pushed me to continue doing my best, and I just want to thank them for encouraging me to do so even when I didn't have that motivation. So thank you, Jessica, Jacobo, Pedro, Mimi, and Zenny, for all of your support and words of encouragement. You have all made my high school experience a wonderful one. High school has been a place of growth where we've all got the chance to see each other mature, and we've all got to share experiences, ideas, future plans, and memories along the way. 4 years ago, as we entered high school as little freshmen, we longed to see the day that we would graduate. Now that we stand here today for graduation, we wonder, where did all that time go? These 4 years have gone by so fast, and we must continue on our path with pride and joy that we've accomplished so much already. In the middle of a pandemic, we're still graduating. If we can accomplish that much, even with the situation going on, we're capable of doing so much more. As MLK once said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Sure, we'll face struggles, but the most important thing to do is to continue on with a strong character. Some of us will go to college right after, and some of us will go right to work. But whatever you do, take a moment to acknowledge all the accomplishments we've had. One of the biggest things I've learned in high school is if you need help, you ask for it. There's always going to be someone willing to help you and guide you towards a path of success. Remember that strong relationships are built from trust and support. It has been 4 wonderful years getting to know a lot of you and being able to create strong relationships with you guys. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2020. We did it.
Good evening, 2020 graduates and families. My name is Dr. Carl Nelson, Executive Director of Middle Schools and KE Buildings in the Grand Rapids Public Schools. I want to congratulate all of our graduates and their families on this accomplishment in a very unprecedented time in our history. You have done very well, and I am proud of you for your sense of understanding and your unwavering commitment to your future. At this time, we would like to share a very special state address to all of our Michigan seniors by Governor Whitmer and Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. This is an incredible accomplishment during an unprecedented time, and the hard work you've put in has paid off.
This has been a challenging couple of months, and we want to thank each of you who have stayed home and stayed safe during this time. You have all done your part to protect more Michigan families from the spread of COVID-19.
And we know this isn't how you anticipated your graduation to go. This milestone may look different than you expected it to, but you should be immensely proud of what you've achieved.
You've worked hard to get here. You have the power to change the world. You are the most diverse generation our nation has ever seen.
We want to encourage you to use your power for good. Change the tenor of the conversation. Listen to people you might not agree with. Fight injustice, intolerance, and indifference instead of each other.
We believe you. Your generation and the generations that follow will be the engine that drives a course correction for our country and the world.
This will take hard work, but it's worth it. So work hard, look for inspiration in unusual places, and never forget where you came from. We look forward to seeing what the future holds for each of you as we work together to create a better world for those who follow in your footsteps.
Remember to hold close to those you love. Remember to check in on your friends. And remember the creativity that can come from the constraints of staying home. You guys are going to build amazing things, and I can't wait to experience them. Thank you, God bless you, stand tall, and congratulations.
Congratulations.
Announcing the names of the Innovation Central High School graduates this evening are Innovation Central English Department Chairperson Leanne McCready and Spanish teacher Carrie Johnson. Also announcing the names of the Grand Rapids Montessori graduates this evening is Assistant Principal Daniel Morse.
Muaz Abdallah. Hawa Abdi. Fatuma Abdi. Marianne Abdikadir. Jesus Aguilar Andrade, Sally Aguilar Robledo, Kevin Agustin Juarez, Elvis Alfaro, Daviana Allen, Josue Alvarez, Jada Andino Gill, Mia Armano, Brenda Arroyo Cortez, Kyrie Babb, Jasmine Bailey, Samuel Baker, Olivia Busamra, Sadie Bravo Lopez, Quaishan Buchanan, Chastity Buchanan, Luisa Calderon, Shania Carter, Haiti Cardenas, Daniela Centeno, Damani Chapman, Mar Chavez, Jonathan Cifuentes, Taviana Clemen, Harbin Cortez Jimenez, Samantha Cruz, Stephanie Curiel, Aria Davis, Jasmine Dean, Junior De Leon, Jahan Denson, Caleb DeWitt, Carolina Diaz, Trinity Dixon, Kenyana Elliott, Joseph Espinosa, Ari Estrada Baez, Annabella Fabian, Fakadu Ferris, Ascension Fabian, Jamari Fields, Kyle Felicina, Jalen Finn, Itzel Flores, Katie Flores, Jose Flores Gomez, Ayana Fowler, Jalen Fuller, Jessica Galvan Flores, Aaliyah Garcia, Florina Garcia, Berenice Garcia Gonzalez, Juana Garcia Reynoso, Crystal Garcia Sarabia, Matthew Ghana Sakaran, Gabriela Gonzalez, Clarissa Gordon, Michael Gordon, Richard Isaac Gordon, Edine Gramajo Mazariegos, Crisia Guardado, Juan Gutierrez, Pedro Gutierrez, Deshawn Guyton, Emily Guzman, Phoebe Guzman, Christopher Hernandez, Shirley Hernandez, Juana Hernandez Ralios, Sonia Hernandez Rios, Miguel Herrera, Molly Hickox, Ashanti Hogg, Jamar Horton, Amaya Hutchinson, Akil Jackson, Jaisha Jackson, Jordan Jackson, Micaiah Jenkins, Michael Johnson, Trayvon Johnson, Caitlin Carwatt, Love Kellogg Jr., Shatavia Lee, Princess Leon, Paulina Leon Roque, Savon Little, Shania Little, Angel Loarca Aguilar, Jennifer Loarca Lopez, Jessica Lopez, Layla Lopez, Naylene Lopez, Mauricio Lopez Hernandez, Ashanti Love, Kelly Loyo Perez, Zenny Lucas Vicente, Magdalena Lucas Lopez, Cesar Luna, Madej, Marianne Mahdi, George Maldonado, Naira Marmal Marte, Pedro Martinez Lopez, Jacobo Mazariegos, Riley McCready, Myasia McElwain,
Elijah Michael, Nicholas Minto, Mohammed Sharif, Erica Moore, Priscila Morales, Julio Morente Gomez, Yvette Muosa, Michael Murphy, Savarina Nira Mahora, Claudine Nira Mutuzo, Sirmar O'Connor, Jose Orozco, Anita Ortiz, Shatasia Overstreet, Karen Page. Skylar Pantelin. Zarie Pearson. Francisco Perez. Ariel Personire Hogater. Jermaine Phillips. Calvin Pimpleton. Alicia Pittman. India Pittman. Sean Prevost. Amanda Rafael Perez. Guadalupe Ramirez Molina. Eduardo Ramos Garcia. Carlos Ramos Herrera. Miranda Ramos Matías. Adelso Ramos Pérez. Fernanda Rico. Briandy Roblero. María Rodas Shavira. Adonai Rodriguez. William Rodriguez. Iván Rodriguez. Jessica Romero Ramos. Aaron Ross. Danael Rubio. Naisha Sally. Luis Sánchez Mexicano. Rivaldo Santizo. Arely Santos Lemus. Madeline Schulz. Denasia Smith. Naji Stanley. Ladradian Steele. Alexis Talamantes. Hayden Tarbell. Dontarius Tate. Rolando Tercero. Jayla Thompson. Lismari Torres. Ikaya Tucker. Deja Turnbull Jackson. Adolfo Urbieta Sosa. Damaris Vale Mencho. Brian Valle. Cassandra Valles. Giovanni Vasquez. Stephanie Vasquez Perez. Julie Velázquez. Eliberto Velázquez Velázquez. Tasha Wetherell. Jeriel White Patrick. Olivia Williams. Draquan Wormley Biles. Amari Wright Oliver.
Simon Andemariam. Kimani Bentley. Sebastian Blakely. Eden Sereska. Nicholas Couillard-Desprez. Cole Deanda. Brian Dressler. Liam Gaikama Bodie. Roxy Jacobs. Zane Maxlow. Kimberly Rose, Lyle Sung, Owen Vanderzee, Gia Williams, Alex Kepke, Dennis Cage, Katie Rose.
Dr. Tony Baker and Mr. Raynard Ross, would you please come to the podium to confer the diplomas? Tonight, I present to you the class of 2020 as candidates for graduation. As principal of Innovation Central High School, I certify that all candidates who will be receiving diplomas have met or exceeded all of the requirements as set forth by the Grand Rapids Public Schools Board of Education and the state of Michigan.
Congratulations, Innovation Central 2020 graduates. 2020, perfect hindsight. You all have accomplished so much in life, framed by two of the biggest challenges our world has seen in generations. I remember the year you were born, shortly after 9/11. We as parents welcomed you with love, but also fear. The world was precarious, yet we wanted your world to be safe and welcoming. I also remember the first day I dropped one of you off as a 3-year-old at Miss Scott's and Miss Ainsley's classroom at Ottawa Montessori. After leaving you at the playground, I hid behind a tree and wanted to be sure you were safe. As you grew, I and all of your parents found other ways to watch for your safety, to make sure the world was taking care of you. You probably don't remember these as efforts to keep you safe, since we started every last day by arguing about whether your clothes for the day fit the school uniform criteria. No wonder you decided to become a fashion designer. By the time you reached Innovation Central High School, I had created spies in the school to keep an eye out for you when lurking behind a tree was unwise. Thank you, Mr. Morse and Mrs. Gorman. I would hear when you strayed or a challenge came your way. Now as you end your childhood and graduate after so much uncertainty, bookended by 9/11 and the COVID crisis, that emotion of fear has been replaced. Instead of fear, we have joy and hope. You have had to be far more resilient than is fair to ask of you. But when we look at you, your style, your smiles, your vision of the future, the way you embrace life and love and beauty, your insistence to be open to everyone regardless of the way they look or who they love, we, all of your families, can only see a beautiful future because we see through your eyes, and it's a wonderful place. Thank you so much, Innovation Central staff, for raising our children, and congratulations, class of 2020.
And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. On behalf of the Board of Education, faculty and staff of the Grand Rapids Public Schools, it is my honor to accept the graduating class of 2020 for Innovation Central High School and Grand Rapids Montessori High School. And with the power vested in me by the state of Michigan, I hereby confer diplomas on each and every one of you. Congratulations, 2020.
Whether you're watching now or at a different time, members of the class of 2020, please stand up wherever you are. Have your cap on your head and move your tassel from right to left. Graduates, family members, all those watching now, yell proudly, hug tightly, and high five. It is my honor to introduce to you the Innovation Central High School and Grand Rapids Montessori class of 2020. Congratulations.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah.
Yes, I can. Doubt, better leave. I'm running with this plan. Pull me, grab me, crabs in the bucket can't have me. I'll be the president one day. January 1st. Oh, you like that gossip? Like you the one drinking what gossip.com. Now I got a word for your tongue. How many Rolling Stones you want? Yeah, I got a brand new spirit speaking and it's done. Woke up on the side of the bed like I won. Talk like the wind in my chest to that sun. G5 in the US to Taiwan. Now who can say that? I wanna play back. Mama knew I was a needle in a haystack. A Bugatti boy, plus Maybach. I got a feeling it's a rap. ASAP.
Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. get a good feeling. Yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling.
The mountains top, walk on water. I got power, feel so royal. 1 second, I'ma strike oil. Diamond, platinum, no more for you. That adrenaline, never giving in. Giving up's not an option, gotta get it in. Witness, I got the heart of 20 men. No fear, go to sleep in the lion's den. That glow, that spark, that crown. You're looking at the king of the jungle now. Stronger than ever, can't hold me down. 100 miles gunning from the just mile. Straight game face, it's game day. See me running through the crowd full of melee. No trick plays, I'm Bill Gates. Take a genius to understand me.
Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling. Yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling. Yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling. Yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling.
Gotta love the life that we live in.
Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling. Yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling. Yeah.